Governor, on the national attention front, the collective bargaining bill has gained some national attention. Are you satisfied with the pace of that measure? And do you think that there's enough time for people to look at what the bill is?
Well, I think that the bill's been out there for a long time, but I think there are a lot of people that don't understand what's in it. I mean, for example, teachers who think they're going to cap their salary at $32,000, that's one of the worst fables that I've ever heard in politics. Not capping anybody's teacher's salary or rolling their numbers back to $32,000. You know, it was very interesting today in the Toledo Blade. You have a union telling the city, we really don't care what your finances are, just give us the money. And the mayor up there is in a dither here. He's trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, how am I supposed to manage my costs? I don't think people know that full story. But look, do I think that there's enough time for people to know what's in the bill? Of course there is enough time, you know, binding arbitration. I think the idea that an outsider flies into my town of Westerville and imposes a settlement that we can't afford. We are seeing Mansfield on the edge of bankruptcy. There is a report now that Mansfield may not make it through the year because they couldn't control their costs. I don't think the people that I represent and live with in Westerville want to bail them out. We'll have to see how that goes. But if you can't manage your finances, it disrupts the taxpayers. It causes real problems. It drives out businesses. It makes your pension system less sound. I mean, come on, this is all designed to, number one, give local officials the tools they need. Secondly, to strengthen the pension systems that we currently have and allow us to save money. No, I think people know what's in the bill, but I wish everybody would read it and understand what's in it so that there is a reduction in misunderstanding, which leads to fear. But look, I grew up in a union household. I understand human nature because I'm a human too. And when somebody decides they want to change something on me, I don't like it. That's okay. That's okay. My job is to continue to push forward, explain things, and I've traveled over the state. I've not hid. I want people to know what we're doing.
Governor, any changes you'd like to see made in the bill as it moves through the House? Or are you satisfied with the version that came out?
I think the Senate version is fine, but look, I have to tell you, I've known Bill Batchelder for a long time. I consider him in some ways to be an older brother. I am just delighted and thrilled with the relationship I've built with Tom Niehaus in this short period of time. He's a great guy, terrific person, he's got a great heart. These guys, you know, they're doing what they need to do, and we're a team. We're together as a team. So Batch will get this bill. He's going to move it out of the House. It'll get to the Senate. It'll get to my desk, and then we'll sign it. You know, and the day we sign it, it's not going to be some, you know, I don't anticipate some big deal because this is hard for people. And anything that's hard, I want to be respectful of other people's feelings, their thoughts, and their emotions. My only word to union families are, what we are doing in this state is designed to make sure that your kids have a future in this state. That your kids can stay in this state, that they can have jobs in this state, and that your family can be prosperous. You know, this is not an attack on you. This is not a political operation. I could care less about the politics. This is what is part of an overall plan to help fix our state.
Were you surprised by the 17-6, the closeness of the vote in the Senate, and what do you expect in the House?
Well, first of all, anything that happens in the legislative process doesn't surprise me. I've seen about all of it over the course of my time. Secondly, I don't even think about it. It's not, you know, glad it passed. It's going to go in the House. It's going to pass there. The leadership of the Speaker. It's going to get signed into law, and then, you know, we'll see where we are. I was talking to a local official, and I wanted to say to him, and in fact I did say to him, don't thank me. I'll be appreciative. I know you're going to thank me once you're out of office for what we're doing here to give you more control over your costs. I know you will. But don't say anything, because I don't want to get you in trouble with anybody.
Governor, what do you think of the chances of a referendum? I mean, there are cities like Toledo that are going into contract negotiations now, and they don't know what the rules are going to be.
Oh, look, you know, the scripture says there's enough trouble today, don't worry about tomorrow. I ain't thinking about some darn referendum 2000, the end of whenever, November, whenever it is. Let me take care of today, okay?
Governor, would you like to make some changes to prevailing wage or PLAs in the biennial budget to complement what's going on with Senate Bill 5?
That's a very good question. And you know what? I want you to be in breathless anticipation for the 15th of March when we roll out this document that some have labeled draconian. And it'll be interesting when you see our plans and our budget. I'm excited. We will be rolling this out in a different sort of a way. What I can say is that we have designed a document that is designed to be able to get us through 12 and then 13, preserve the tax cuts. As I've said all along, that this budget is very reform and restructured oriented. But you can't get all the way there with reform and restructuring. There will be just some direct cuts, but that's why we give people tools. That's what Senate Bill 5 is. It's an effort to give people tools to manage their costs. And you read this story today in the Toledo Blade, and it's very, very disturbing about the fiscal crisis that exists in that city. And I think that mayor, I don't want to speak for the mayor, but I think the mayor is basically saying we got to have some control here. Thank you all very much.